There is no way they do this, as the Dallas Stars have to navigate an absolutely crazy and speculative offseason regarding some of their marquee free agents, such as Maverick Bork and Jason Robertson. As we welcome you in here to the Dallas Stars Digest, my name is Mathew Wagner, and as always, be sure to subscribe to Stars Digest. 93% of you guys are not subscribed yet. It's completely free. No money changes hands. And as always, there's daily updates on the Dallas Stars. Also, be sure to leave a like and a comment, because I do read a lot of the comments. I do like the feedback I get on a lot of the comments. You guys were just recently talking about the Brady Tkachuk move. If you haven't seen that, go check that video out. It's really fun. We kind of do get some speculative ideas in there for Jason Robertson, where he might go in terms of trades. But I'm going to pull up a quote here from our GM, our glorious GM, Jim Nill. We're a good team. I'm not going to go out and make any changes. That's okay, or a bunch of changes. That's okay, Jim. We already know this. So 99.9% of the time, he's going to sign Jason Robertson or trade him, right? We know this. It's 50-50 whether he trades him or not. But we're pretty highly speculative that he's going to sign Jason Robertson. But let's say he lets Jason Robertson walk in free agency. Hey, Jason, we can't trade you. You know, you're asking too much. We don't have a trade partner, whatever, right? Well, that's 99.9% not going to happen, right? Well, let's take that 0.01%. Let's take that and say, okay, let's say they let Jason Robertson walk. Who do the Stars? They'll have about $12 million in cap space to sign Maverick Bork, and they can basically go get any free agent they want. So let's say they trade away Ilya Lyubushkin, they trade Myers, so they add up that extra $4 million that would have made up of Maverick Bork's contract, so they kind of stay with that $12 million budget. There's some marquee free agents here. Now, I know it's hard to see. I am aware. But you have Alex Ovechkin, Patrick Laine, you got Jason Robertson, as always. But again, this is our dream scenario where we let him walk. You got guys like Patrick Kane will be in there. Just stuff like that. So I want to know who you guys think the Dallas Stars should target. I personally, myself, you need forwards, right? You need some scoring help, because, again, you're losing Jason Robertson. You don't want to lose him. You also got Kevin Hayes in there, Anders Lee, Anze Kopitar, Malkin, Zegras, Schwartz, bunch of guys that could really help a team out. Zegras is an RFA, so I don't think the Dallas Stars would be signing him. You got guys like Bjorkstrand, Evander Kane, Vladimir Tarasenko, Alex Tuch, Mikheyev, Nick Foligno, Bunting. Obviously, he'll be leaving. And then I noticed, if you can see it, there is one guy right there. Mason Marchment is a free agent after this year. Now, I know Stars fans have kind of a love-hate relationship with Mason Marchment, but do you think the Stars should bring him back? You also got Connor Bedard, who's an RFA. Obviously, he will sign the big ticket. There's no chance the Dallas Stars will get him. Andre Kuzmenko, yeah, but you never know, right? Andrei Kuzmenko, former Dallas Star. Jason Dickinson with the Edmonton Oilers. Leo Carlson, RFA, so 21 years of age. Obviously, probably not going to leave that team as well. You also have guys like Matt Zuccarello, who could potentially come back to the Dallas Stars. We only had him for basically a 3-game season, a cup of coffee. Ellie Tolvanen could come over. Boone Jenner, I know he's old. Victor Arvidsson, who's had a pretty good season so far. So again, a lot of options here for the Dallas Stars. Personally, I know it's going to be a complete crapshoot. I know he wants to stay in Washington, but I would love to see Alexander Ovechkin come over to the Dallas Stars. Now, you're probably wondering, Matthew, there's no shot he's going to be a Capital for life. Let's just say, though, he leaves. He wants to test the market, right? Every player wants to test the market just to see what the kind of value they can get. Well, let's say Alex Ovechkin tests the market. Well, look at his career or his stats this season. 40 years of old, 82 games played, 64 points, 32 goals, 32 assists. -5, obviously not great. 19 power play points, takes a ton of shots in the NHL, and his time on ice has been dwindling. So obviously, I understand you're getting a very old player, and you're giving up a player that's 26 years old, and he's a bona fide goal scorer. But to have the great 8 for the Dallas Stars, even as a depth piece, because obviously you're not going to give him $8 million for a 40-year-old, right? You could probably give him Maverick Bork money, $5-6 million, right? So if you give Alexander Ovechkin that kind of money, and he puts up this amount of points, especially in the playoffs where he wants to win a cup, he's only got one cup. Obviously, he wants to win another one. in the obviously next year could be his last year, but let's say he goes to the Dallas Stars. That would be unbelievable. Getting set up from guys like Mikko Rantanen, who's an elite passer, getting passes from guys like Wyatt Johnston, or if he takes that one-timer, and it misses, you got that tip from, Joe Pavelski 2.0 and Wyatt Johnston. That would be unbelievable, right? I'm just thinking of like the power play unit. That would be even more deadly than it was in the playoffs, especially with adding Alexander Ovechkin. But I digress. Let's say Alex Ovechkin, doesn't re-signs with the Washington Capitals. He just moves on. Well, there's some other marquee free agents we want to look towards. Obviously, Patrick Kane being one. Adam Henrique, Alexander Kerfoot, Scott Laughton. I doubt they'll get him, but he's a good power forward that could come in. Colton Sissons, who's shown that he could be a pretty good playoff performer for the Vegas Golden Knights. Barrett Hayton, Anthony Mantha, Dan Heinen. I doubt they'll get him, but Cole Sillinger is a free agent, RFA. I think they could kind of maybe work something in there, but also if you notice down in the bottom there, you see right below, above Brandon Saad, you see Corey Perry. Now imagine the Dallas Stars bring Corey Perry back. Now you're probably wondering, Matthew, that guy is really old in the tooth. There's no shot they go get Corey Perry. Well, ironically enough, he would be, in my mind, a good depth piece because he's the worm, right? Everyone knows who he is. And if you look at, we pull up his stats here of Corey Perry, you're going to look at 72 games played, 37 points, 17 goals, 20 assists, 13 power play points, 81 penalty minutes, obviously pretty high for him. Was dead even. But again, for a 40-year-old, 37 points, all I'm saying is he's putting up more points, or roughly the same amount of points as Jamie Benn. So, but the thing is, he's a proven playoff performer. Jamie Benn is not. Corey Perry is a guy that is shown that, especially in the 2020 Stanley Cup Finals, that he was a key contributor. Yes, he was younger at that time. He was 6 years younger. But the thing is, he was still a great hockey player for the Dallas Stars. So I would love to see them bring back Corey Perry, kind of solidify that fourth line. You could go Foxa, Perry, and if you do decide to re-sign Jamie Benn, go Jamie Benn, right? That's a grindy and physical fourth line that the Dallas Stars could usually use. And then, but I understand that there's not a lot of speed there, right? So let's go look for some speed in the free agency market if we can. So if we go back to our free agency list here, I personally would go with a guy like Gustav Nyquist, who's a bona fide goal scorer, but we're looking for speed. Ellie Tolvanen could be a guy. Could look at a guy like Victor Arvidsson. Guys that could possibly turn back the clock like Matt Zuccarello, who's an unbelievable passer. I think the Wild will re-sign him just because of how buddy he is with Kirill Kaprizov. So you could see that. I would like to see them get Andrei Kuzmenko. That could be I think that could be a really good move there for the Dallas Stars. You could see them go after Brendan Saad. You could see them go after Sonny Milano, 8 years of NHL experience. Brandon Duhaime, another guy, another Washington Capital that could be a great depth piece. So it's more about what the Dallas Stars want to see. One guy that I think they should try to bring in, Bobby Brink. He's an RFA with the Minnesota Wild, but his speed, right? It's all about the speed, right? Getting the grindy areas and speed. Another guy, Jack Drury, could be looked at as a possible speedy winger depth guy. Again, another RFA, but obviously, another RFA that I think they should bring in if they want to appease Robertson. Bring his brother Nick. He's only 24 years old, only $1.8 million a year. I think he could definitely be a great piece for the Dallas Stars, especially with him being with his brother, and they'll get to play together, right? I'm sure their parents, their mom and dad would love that. But yeah, that is kind of all here we got here for Stars Digest. Let me know in the comments who you think the Dallas Stars should get in this dream scenario, this Wonderland scenario. Who do you think the Dallas Stars should get? As always, thank you for watching. My name is Mathew Wagner. Go Stars, and we'll see you in the next one.